You talk about Madhya Pradesh, you talk about Maharashtra, you talk about Gujarat right now. It is completely, completely, life in these states
Yeah.
is completely out of gear at the moment.
Uh,
Only because of rain and the floods.
Flood situation. I mean, I have spent a lot
I
of
mean,
my
look at
time.
that. Look at that.
Yeah, see,
This is in Gujarat. Rescue operations
Rescue
are
operations.
underway. At least 8 people were swept away in Madhya Pradesh as a pond embankment caved in and 2 bodies were recovered later. I mean, Libya is such a good example in front of all of us that, the minute an embankment collapses, it means destruction. And take a look at this. This is Dahod in Gujarat. Rescue operations are underway. Cars are going for a swim. And the same is the scenario for Madhya Pradesh, and the same is the scenario for Maharashtra as well.
I mean, I have spent a lot of my time in Gujarat, and when we talk about coastal states like Gujarat and Maharashtra, situation can go out of hand in just you can see rain happening, like it's been raining for 2 days, and the third day some dam can get broken, then something, the river can get there is some influx in the flow of the river, and suddenly there is a flood like situation, and you don't even have time to prepare for situations like this, because we were covering Libya right now. I mean, I know the destruction is not that, the mass destruction is not there, but you can see it's
Yeah.
so
An
scary
earth
to
mover
see.
is so helpless in
Yeah.
that situation. What is a car going to do?
Yeah.
What is, a rescue boat going to do to a earth mover?
Yeah.
I mean, you used to talk about cheaty hathi ko support karte hue,
Yeah.
and all the other limericks and jokes that happened. It looks like a situation similar, and these are visuals coming across from Maharashtra, where again rains in Maharashtra. Maharashtra deals with rains a little bit better because, of course, it knows
You
it's
can
not
see the force
unfamiliar.
of the river here, Kabir.
Of
I
course.
mean, the destruction that this can cause, and this have been causing in the states of Maharashtra, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh that we're talking about. I mean, people don't have time to prepare for a situation like this, and destruction can go
These are
from
dam. This is the
two
dam that's been
casualties.
opened up because the water management has to be carried out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, places and large areas will get inundated completely.
Yeah, I mean, dams we are talking about that. See, the politics with the dams is so, because people say that dams are also, one of the reason, one of the man-made, calamities that we talk about, because once you have to stop the river and then you have to open the dam as well. So, to manage this, somebody needs to monitor the situation, and sometimes it can go out of hand. I've seen cases in Gujarat especially, where dams have been constructed. We have,
Look at this, Nancy. Sorry to cut you
See.
short. This is in Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. So you've seen what's happened in Gujarat. Complete life out of gear, and this is in Ujjain. I mean, this is a colony in Ujjain in Madhya Pradesh. You saw what's happening in Maharashtra. You saw what's happened in Madhya Pradesh. At least 8 people have been swept away in Madhya Pradesh. Bodies are being found later on.
And you can see how see the rescue boat is also just there, because the destruction is so heavy, and destruction, the way people are not, they are not able to comprehend the situation.
Iconic temple.
Yeah.
Iconic temples that are now completely submerged.
Yeah, and how are you going to, because this is such a how are we going to comprehend something like this? How are you going to send rescue teams, because the destruction has already 8 people have been
Where
swept
will,
away right
more
now.
importantly, Nancy, not all of this water will get evaporated. Where will all of this water go? In Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, already people are estimating damages worth on the up note of tens of thousands of crores. About loss of property, about loss of livelihood. There's a lot of cattle, there's a lot of dogs, there's a lot of stray animals that take a huge beating in these kind of situations.
And I mean, you can see when we talk about Ujjain, when we talk
This
about
is Chhattisgarh now.
as well. climate change is one of the concerns right now. But then you see visuals like this, like how are people going to, carry out their normal life just like that? Because you can see that people are submerged from, their one half of your body is under the water, and this is your home that you're talking about. You can see in Ujjain we saw that people, in house there was so many, the water, the way, it comes in, in the colony you can see people are just, so helpless that what are we going to do? And this is, see, I
What
get
do you
it.
do if something like this happens to your house? What do you do? What do you do?
I mean, it depends on the drainage system
You've
that
got so
is
much of
closest to you.
electrical appliances at home,
Definitely.
which goes bad. You've got so much of ration at home that can go
Go
bad.
bad.
There is so much of there is lots and lots of damage. I mean, financial damage and economical damage
Yeah.
is paramount.
And I mean, who is going to, refund you on that? Who is going to compensate for the loss is also a question, because this is what is happening. I get it, the rain, heavy rain and, flooding, it's, it's a natural cause. But, you also have to hold a government accountable, because the lack of drainage system, especially in the coastal state, is something very, triggering. See, how can you see your car being, flown away, it's floating in the river like that? I mean, the water pressure that we're talking about is so scary that, anything can happen. Suddenly a wave will come into your house and, everything is flooded and everything is ruined. How
Of
is it
course,
going to
it's
get?
not akin to that of a tsunami, to
Yeah.
what was seen in Derna in Libya.
But
But
still.
this is again very scary.
Yeah.
And again, the question of the poor, the people who lived in shanties, the people who lived in kacha homes, the troubles and their perils. That is something that the government will have to now come out and help with, because they're the ones who are going to be looking out for food. They're the ones who are going to be looking out for shelter. They're the ones who are going to be the most affected. It's the poor that is the most affected in these situations.
Yeah, we saw radies and everything getting destroyed like that, because that is somebody's shop. And in just a matter of time, it's you cannot see it anywhere. So how are they going to get back to normalcy? Something, because see, when you were talking about us, what happens, because I think we can manage, we can still survive. But when it comes to poor people, I mean, that is the only, they have spent all of their life savings into buying that one ready, and now it's also, gone away. I mean, how are they going to compensate for it? How are they going to, return back to normalcy? Something that is, and situation like this happens every year. I mean, we have to sit down and, create a proper drainage system, create a proper rain harvesting system in states like Gujarat, in Maharashtra especially, and especially Gujarat, because it's a coastal state. And every time we see Bhuj, especially, that we're talking about, I think these visuals are also from Bhuj in Gujarat, because these, these situation in Bhuj is a flood-prone, city.
Area, yeah. Now the first time that something like this
Something
is happening
like
in
this
Bhuj.
is happening.
But red alert in 5 Gujarat districts, and more rains likely in Rajasthan as well, even as 8 people got swept away in Madhya Pradesh.
Yeah.
Situation not looking bright in Chhattisgarh or in Maharashtra.